Well, hello, model car fans. Welcome to the Muscle Car Modeler. My name is Raul. And this week I want to share with you a project that I haven't really shown on the channel. I have and I haven't. I believe I brought it up in another video that I wanted to get to this one as I was kind of itching to do it. And I think in that video it was in primer or maybe even raw plastic. And I kind of briefly showed it and just, brushed over it to see if there's any kind of interest in it. It really didn't seem like there was too much on the channel, but I was still interested. And I had another nostalgia moment where I was thinking about other Mustang kits I had bought and built. And another one that, popped in my head was the 92 Mustang GT convertible and how I built that kit when it was new and enjoyed building it, but it didn't survive. I have no idea what happened to that one. And it's been long gone. And so, I decided I'd keep my eye open for one of those, and I picked one up, a sealed kit, and looked it over, and that led to me picking up a 91 GT convertible kit that was a bit more of a rebuilder. And then I went to a friend's swap meet that he was having at his house. Not really a swap meet, but a sale. Picked up that stash I showed you that had another 4 Mustangs in it. So I've been on a Mustang binge lately, but I dug out this kit as I had been tinkering with it off and on. I had primed it, and one of the things that stopped me was doing this front end here, changing that out and adding the fog lights and filling that in. So one of the times I had the epoxy putty out and I mixed up some. I filled in the holes right here, which you can kind of see on the back side here. If I can, well, now it's blacked out, you can't, but I put the epoxy putty in there, shaped it, and sanded it smooth, and then that left, all I got to do now is route out those holes, and I didn't know how I was going to do that, but I had this picture that I printed a long time ago of what one looked like. I found this online, and was using that to help gauge it. And just one day I decided I didn't really have anything specifically I want to do, so I spent some time and ground those out and found some fog lights that worked and fitted those. And once that came out good, and I'm like, all right, now all I need to do is finish some of the body work. Where this one was a rebuilder, so I'll throw up the pictures of that I bought on eBay back in 2010 when I started this kit. And it was fairly nice. A little bit of a glue bomb in some areas, but really not too bad. And the body was half painted. It was half red and half black. The interior was brush painted. So I had stripped it long ago. And even, the wheels need to be re-chromed. The chrome wasn't all that great. So I prepped it and got it ready and decided I knew that I was going to do a 20th anniversary Mustang. So that's what I did here. Is it's got the GT350 stripes on it and the red pinstripes and all of the emblems and stuff on it. So got to that point, and these are Keith Marks decals, by the way, and I was a little worried about them because, like I said, I bought those back in 2010 or 11 also, and so they're been in my house for more than 10 years and wasn't sure how they were going to come out. But so, I've been kind of playing with this, and I got all those other Mustangs, and I've been thinking about Mustangs and convertibles and getting all excited about them. So, like, I've been kind of binging on that, but I really wasn't doing it on the channel, showing you guys. So, since this one's gotten this far, and I'm like really excited about it, and I've got the clear on it, got the decals on it, and brush painted the whole inside of it, and it's pretty much ready. And one of the things I was missing was the up top. I like up tops, so if it's available, I'd like to get it. So this one I shot in the same white, and should be a little bit more creamy, but glued the glass in and blacked out the inside, because the underside of these were black, and I think it's kind of odd that the inside of the headliner was black, but that's the way these ones were. And so I got it pretty much ready, the body is. And also, here's the chassis. Motor's gray, the 5.0s are gray. You can see the valve covers, the chrome isn't all that great, but I didn't send them out to re-chrome. The wheels are re-chromed. I had Chrome Tech Bob do those many years ago. They've been in the box, but I since then put the chassis together and got this all ready. So this is ready to go in. The car is getting pretty close to being done here. So I figured while I got it apart, I'll show you. Here's the interior in a semi-gloss red or a flat red, and brush painted the black. So not a whole lot of detail done to this yet, but there's not much to it. The convertible boot and the steering wheel I decided to use. This really isn't 100% correct for the car, but it's real close to the shape of the real one. The kit doesn't have the right steering wheel. It has a much different steering wheel. But I decided that I found that in my stash and decided I was going to use that one. Dash is getting there painted, but just some detail right now. I haven't really, detailed a lot of that yet. But the seats, I have shown the seats when I shown the pace car. I mentioned putting the mesh in the seats right there, and I cut a slit in it, cut the sides out of it, and put that in there. But since then, I had painted it, and they came out awesome. So if the camera will focus on it, it's kind of hard to focus on them. But really like how the seats came out, and that you can see through them. That to me is pretty cool. So got the seats done. The interior is pretty much ready to go, and all the rest of the stuff it's mostly there. So this one's going to be done here real soon. One of the more recent ones was taking the time and doing the taillights. And I still got a little bit of detail work to do, but they had some glue marks on the inside. So I tried to sand them and get them to disappear as much as possible, but they're in the clear. So then I decided I would shoot the white first and do a little bit of a milky white for the backup lights. And then did the turn signal amber and the stoplight red. And these are coming out really nice. Now I just need to do the black on the inside, and then these will get foiled and put in. And then I got to do the headlights also. So a lot of this stuff is really coming along. One thing that was really difficult, I'll say, this pinstripe in here, that's also Keith Mark's decal. And I had to cut them really thin to get them to lay in there. And that was kind of a pain. Had to sand the 5.0 emblem off of the fender here. And then the only other thing I really had to do to the body was, here's the Mustang emblem right here. There was an LX emblem right next to it, and I had to sand that off. Easy sanding, but just being careful not to get that. That's bare metal foil. That's bare metal foil, and I put blue on it for the Ford and wiped it off. Did the same on the front one. That's bare metal foil, and then blue, wiped it, and I put the clear over that. And the turn signal amber here, and this right here is also bare metal foil, and then the turn signal amber on top of it. Really makes it pop when I do that. So I still got a lot of detail painting to do to this, and some underhood stuff, but it's coming out awesome. So I just really wanted to take the time, show you this and where it's at, and some of the little stuff I still got painted. And the fog lights. Here's the ones I found and decided I was going to use them. Now these are in the 65 Corvette 396 kit from a Monogram. Throw the box art up in there. The kit really doesn't use them, but they're still in the kit, because I have a couple of the stock versions. But I remember the Max Rack kit actually used them, and they glued into the front bumper. But these fog lights were just about perfect for this front bumper and the arrangement. So that's where the fog lights came from. So if anybody's trying to duplicate this kit, that's what I used for that. And the rest of it's pretty much, right out of the box. I couldn't tell you where that steering wheel came from. And some of the things, this is still the factory chrome, but I'm probably going to hit it with the chrome paint pen because, look at that. It's nice and chrome on this side, but as you turn it, it's really faded and red. So the chrome really isn't all that great. And I can cover it with foil too, because I think just really the lid is silver, and then the base I believe is black, as far as the real car goes. And I got a decal that goes right on top of that, so that's the only decal I got left, which was also in the Keith Marks here. So I got this part right here, 5 liter. So I've got that decal left to do, so there's really not much left to do to this one to finish it. But I figured while I got it all apart, I can show it to you and get y'all excited about it. And it's just coming along. But it's one of those where it got my attention. It started to progress, and I really wasn't putting a whole lot of effort into it or pressure into it. So I was enjoying building it, so dig it out, play with it a little bit. And same thing with the 91 Mustang GT. I've kind of played with that one. Got a 96 Mustang Cobra that I've got some parts for on that one. That one I'd like to build too. So I'm kind of on a Mustang kick lately, but I picked up all those Mustang and Corvettes. But I need to get back to a Mopar here. Got to dig something out, Mopar, and get that started and finish that 71 Olds 442. Keep working on that for you guys too. So I figured you would enjoy this, and I would share it a little bit, especially, just super excited about how this one's looking right now. And you guys, you have a wonderful weekend, and I'll see you next Saturday. And appreciate all those comments and likes, and hit that bell button. But really like those comments. You guys, you have a wonderful weekend, and I will see you next Saturday.